Ora taluki emadorari suba Borero siramote kore malinga Bao gosa sonyinga madicara Ora talu gosa lupa badan vira Borero to sonyinga inne vira Kie gulu gosa badan masing sara Gate ifala to sonne bato Biar to sonne to sonyinya borero Borero to sonyinya inne vira Kie gulu gosa badan masing sara Gate ifala to sonne bato Biar to sonne to sonyinya borero Sonne to sonyinya borero
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I will be moderating this session. So today, in this afternoon, in this session after lunch, we have two presenters from our main researchers in SGU, Swiss German University. That is Ibu Maria from Food Technology and Pak Holis from Biomedical Engineering. So without further ado, I would like to call Ibu Maria Gunawan Putri to present her research on the development of technology from Kalakai as a basic functional nutrition. Ibu Maria, your time is yours.
Thank you very much, Pak Dedi. Then without further ado, I will start my presentation. I will present about the post-harvest and extraction condition for the optimum alpha-glucosidase inhibitory activity of Stenochleina palustris. So Stenochleina palustris comes from, it's actually abundant in Indonesia, but also available in many other countries in Asia and Australia. It grows wild currently and not cultivated. So when you go into Kalimantan and you see from the airplane, you can see like the whole field is filled with this kalakai. It can grow in various conditions, even in a severe condition. And it also can grow in soil and tree. And this traditionally is used both as medicine and also as food. You probably going to find sayur kalakai when you go to the Kalimantan. It have relatively low economic value, around 2,000 rupiah or 16 yen or 0.13 euro per 200 gram of the young prawn. So it's very cheap. But we found it recently that it can be used as the source of alpha-glucosidase inhibitor. And because it is easily cultivated, if it is used as alpha-glucosidase inhibitor, it can boost the economical value and hopefully it can give also the new working opportunities. So the potential utilization that we look into is based on its huge plant biodiversity, and then this kalakai is also locally known as for the increasing breast milk in lactating mother. Also, local people use it for medicinal purposes, and we currently also found out that in scientific study, the kalakai also held the potency as antioxidants and anti-diabetic. Talking about diabetic in Indonesia, in the whole world, people that is suffering from diabetes mellitus make up 8.5% of the adult population. And from this, 9 out of 10 is the cases of type 2 diabetes mellitus, which is caused by the ineffective use of insulin. And diabetes is number 3 most common death causes in the world. It's also promoting stroke and heart diseases. And Indonesia, though not very proud about it, is number 7 in the world in 2015. So type 2 diabetes mellitus prevalence rise over the year, especially in middle-low income countries. So this is a little bit about documentation of what we do in this research. Sorry, bisa nggak ya? Everywhere, but you burn the land and it's the plant fresh. And this is the long one and the old one, and this is for the rain. In our research, we mill them, we extract them, we filter them, we evaporate them, and also we treat them. And then this is prior the evacuation. And then we also have a vaccination and identification of our And this bioactive compound isolation is conducted in our partner university, which is in Hokkaido University. And then we conduct evaluation, which is the activity of inhibition to alpha glucosidase and also inhibition activity to alpha amylase. And we do fractionation of liquid-liquid and also evaluation using the layer chromatography. So these are some documentation during our evaluation. Okay. Thank you. And this is the result from the analysis. So we found that from a dominant particle and then sample to solvent ratio and then extraction time, several things that we found is that milling of the sample significantly increased the efficiency. So the maltase inhibitory activity increased, also the yield, the extract yield percent also increased. And then when we take a look into the sample to solvent ratio, wait. Samples. When we take a look into the sample and solvent ratio, the extract yield that have a best extraction ratio is those that is extracted with extraction ratio 1 to 20. And then extraction period did not show any influence. So the shortest one, which is 24 hours, was selected for the efficiency. So in the fractionation, in the lateral fractionation, the optimum condition for the extraction is used. And this is the methanol extract is fractionation based on its activity. Ethyl acetate fraction is selected from the 4 fraction. And this ethyl acetate fraction is further fractionation to yield this F5 fraction. This F5 fraction is analyzed using liquid chromatography, mass spectrometry, and proton NMR to identify what is actually the compound. So this is the beginning of methanolic extract analysis for the HPLC profile of the Stenoclina palustris leaf of the methanolic extract. It's still quite dirty, but after the fractionation, we were able to isolate. This is from F5. We were able to isolate what we further identified as 3-chianferol 3-O-beta glucopyranoside, or we know as astragalin. I think that is from my presentation. Thank you. Go ahead, Pak Didi.
Thank you, Ibu Maria, for interesting presentation as well as on time. Are there any questions from the audience? We have several minutes that can be used to ask question.
Dari saya boleh?
Yes, Pak Kholis, you are welcome.
Thank you, Pak Dedi. Thank you, Bu Maria. Very interesting topics indeed. I just wonder, there are how many species of kelakai in Indonesia so far? Do you know?
I don't know, Pak.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. But not just mentioning about the species, we only take a look at different location. It's actually another study, but from different location that we collected from kelakai, it show different in its genetic character as well as its activity.
Okay, thank you. Because this is related to my next presentation.
We can bring together in the next research, Pak Alex.
Thank you, Pak Dedi. Yeah.
Thank you, Pak Kholis. Any other questions from the audience, perhaps? Are there any students? Students can also ask questions. Or fellow food technologists. I see Pak Muzi, maybe. Ibu Della, if you have any question from the collaborators.
One more question, Baridi, maybe. If
Yes,
there is no
please.
more other. That is a very good point that you mentioned about the putative compounds, yeah, the active compound. You mentioned about using LCMS-MS, am I right, Bu Maria?
Yes.
Okay, have you confirmed with NMR probably?
Yes.
Okay,
So
it's confirmed, yeah?
yes. So we analyze using LCMS and then proton NMR. And we have a suggestion that the identified compound is astragalin. And then we bought the standard and we confirm it using a standard.
Astragalin is a known compound, yeah?
Yes, it's a non-compound, the other name of the camphorol 3-O-glucopyranoside.
After the base search, what is this astragalin usually used for?
Well, in other plants, it also have been found to exhibit alpha glucosidase inhibitory activity, Pak.
So the
So
same bioactivity, yeah.
of course, it also have another activity like antioxidant activity and other activity, but in other plants, astragalin also have been shown to have alpha glucosidase inhibitory activity.
The reason why I asked this question because nowadays is very trending talking about repurposing. So there might be a possibility of one drug or candidate can be used for different targets. So that is the reason why I asked you this question. So if you can, maybe we can explore together later on this possibility.
Sure, Pak. Very welcome.
Thank you, Pak Didi. Yeah.
Maybe Pak Kholis, just one short question, Bu Maria. Where did you do your NMR, if I may know?
In Hokkaido University.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
I did it in UPM, Pak Bu Maria.
Okay. I think we should move forward to the next presentation for time reason. Next presentation will be conducted by Pak Kholis that will present his research funded by Dikti on development of Indonesian biodiversity-based natural products library for drug discovery. Pak Kholis, the time is yours.
Thank you, Pak Didi. Allow me to share. Okay. Can anybody see my presentation?
Yes, Pak.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Didi. Very good afternoon, Pak Didi, and also all ladies and gentlemen, colleagues from SGU and also other participants from other institutions. Do we have a reviewer here, Pak Didi? No?
No reviewer, Pak.
Okay, all right. So the title of my talk today is Development of Indonesian Biodiversity-Based Natural Products Library for Drug Discovery. Before I start my presentation, I would like to highlight the main objective of this work is actually, it's a very big project actually. So I will not go into detail of one project at one time, but I would like to really give a big picture what we are trying to do here. So the first, of course, the process of drug discovery from Indonesian biodiversity, but the second project is about how we record or document all these research activities, including the one that Bu Maria just did it. So in the future, other people can find the information easily, what have been done and what have not been done by researchers around the world by utilizing Indonesian biodiversity. So this is the outline of my talk today. So we are briefly talking about information technology and biological information, an overview of Indonesian biodiversity, potential and threats, development of Indonesian natural products and extract library for drug discovery, publication and media recognition of Intel project, and the last but not least is the acknowledgement. So before we come into the main topic, I would like to give a trigger to all of us that nowadays we are in the era of information technology. Everything's using information technology. This also applies to biological information. So how we utilize this information technology to really enhance, promote the information in biological information, the biological objects. So when we talk about biological object, of course, there are so many biological objects, but of course, we will focus on certain objects, which is actually nature product derived from Indonesian biodiversity. So that is very important to promote. That is why we have to promote our Indonesian biodiversity-based research, because we are a country with so much potential in terms of biodiversity. So this is the strategic plan from the government, Indonesian government, from 2015 to 2044 about the research priority in Indonesia, which is mainly on natural products, started from 2015 until at least will be still until 2030. It will become still the priority of the Indonesian research. So that is the why we try to promote this, to push this research, Indonesian biodiversity-based research, because taking advantage of this strategic planning from the government as well. But of course, beyond that, it is indeed very important to do for our country. So let's have a look about Indonesian biodiversity as an overview. We have so much potential as a country. Indonesia can be a great nation in terms of population. We are the 4th largest country in the world, and also geographical location. We are very strategic. We are a sanctuary for different types of species, from plants, flora and fauna, and also other organisms. And not to mention about natural resources. We have abundant natural resources that need to be utilized to the maximum. So is this also in terms of tribes? We are a very rich people. Yeah, when we talk about tribes, we talk about genetic biodiversity. And also when we talk about genetic biodiversity, we will talk about, for example, how we derive pharmaceutical or drugs or vaccine based on races, for example, based on tribes. So this is very important to really explore. Now we have a lot of terminology like pharmacogenomics, precision medicine. This is actually based on at least certain tribes of people, if not individual people. So this is just some facts, a fast fact about Indonesian biodiversity. We have so many species of plants, endemic species, and also flora, other fauna. We are the center of fish in the world, about 25% fish. All these natural resources are really need to be explored, to be utilized to the max for, first, of course, Indonesian people, but of course also for the world as a whole. So this is just some facts about world natural products, facts and development. When it comes to drug, we see here that more than 50% of FDA-approved drug, and in fact, more than 75% of anti-cancer drugs actually derive from natural products or their derivatives. This is their review from until now, 2020. Actually, the latest one have been released. So it indicates that natural products is very important. Yeah. So please not to make any controversy anymore, which either natural products or conventional drugs. So this is a fact that we cannot really argue with. That is also the fact that NCI, National Cancer Institute, have a collection of 230,000 unique extracts. They collected from all around the world. So if we can imagine, if we, Indonesia as a country, have this collection, we will help become a very strong country in terms of drug discovery. So remember, biodiversity is also possess the threats. We know that there are so many health issues regarding the antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and we are also facing the same thing. WHO released in 2012-17 about 12 new bacteria for which new antibiotics are urgently needed. So we are in the race of with microbial pathogen, not to mention about COVID. So we are really in a desperate need for finding new antibiotics. We also a place of emerging and re-emerging pathogens. There are so many parasites, bacteria, viruses, and in fact, if I want to highlight here, the green one here, actually the ocean of viruses that I want to talk a little bit more, that this is a vast unknown ocean of viruses, a layer of seawater collected near the Galapagos Islands contains at least 10 billion microbes and 100 billion viruses. So this is the fact that maybe most of us didn't know. So please be aware of it, because one day, God forbid, any viruses or microbial pathogen that has not been able to infect human in the future, nobody knows. So we can simply say that Indonesian biology as the factory of biological information. But as I asked Bu Maria today, just now, do we have any information about what we have in Indonesia so far? Many of us, if not most of us, will answer no, because we don't have really a good comprehensive biological storage in Indonesia yet. So that is one of the purpose of this work. So the reason why we developed this is because yes, so many people now use Indonesian biodiversity as research materials, but when it comes to information, it is very hard for us to find one, yeah, because we don't have any reference. In the US, maybe we have NCBI. In Europe, we have E.B. Campbell, but in terms of Indonesian itself, we still don't have, as far as I'm concerned, to the best of my knowledge, we don't have this yet at the place. So by definition, nature products, collection of natural products containing active compounds used for screening process of target biology. I use these figures again and again because this is owned by GSK, a giant pharmaceutical company that have these facilities, high throughput screening, that not all countries have. In Asian, only Thailand has these facilities. Okay, next, just briefly, what is the main objective of INPEL? Of course, first and foremost is its database. And then the second one is that we link this database to the repository, the physical repository. So repository links database of Indonesian biology with known function, specifically for drug discovery purposes. So role of INPEL, a window to Indonesian-based biodiversity research, a platform that links the virtual and physical repository of Indonesian biodiversity. So this is some of the important features of INPEL. We can generate so many data, and then later on we enter the data into the system. So anyone, anywhere, anytime can refer to this database if they want to do something, to find something in terms of Indonesian biodiversity. So this is just a method we can generate. There are so many methods we can generate, and there are so many data we can collect and then later enter into the system. So this is the generated data. You can name it, start from species identification, geographication, until all the metabolomics and structural elucidation. So these are all very important or essential information that need to be stored in the INPEL. So this is just the appearance of INPEL. We already received the Hak Cipta, the copyright, and this is some. If we see here, we have total entries so far 20 because it's still under development. Hopefully by end of this research this year, at least 100 entries we can have in this system. So this is just one example of nature products libraries owned by NIH in the US. So not only us have this, but also NIH. The good thing with NIH, of course, they collect for all over the world, yeah. But INPEL focus on Indonesian alone. So here, if we have, if in the US, for example, if you want to find any plants in the state, you can just go to this website. So hopefully INPEL can go to this way, this direction as well. So I will skip this because I used mangrove as a model, so I will not need to go into detail. But yes, INPEL is built based on mangrove as a model because it is very easily accessible. And in fact,
excuse me, can you make
important. Yes.
Can you please make it?
Yes. So this is all the marine diversity, and then we talk about environmental, social, and economic impacts. There are so many social and economic impact, of course, and the direction later on in the future is that we want to promote this effort to the government to form Indonesian National Center for Bioinformatics. So this is just a brief about publication and media declaration. We publish all this paper in the scientific report and also other journals and proceedings, and also book chapter and copyrights, and also media appearance. Yeah. And thank you to the collaboration with MS. We have this good funding for last 2 years. Thanks, and have gained a recognition in the Malaysia. Thank you again. Of course, I will not first because University Malaysia. Yeah. I would like to thank to all collaborators, of course, and also SGU and the government for all this funding and work so far. It's been a fruitful journey, and hopefully we can continue in the next few years. Thank you, and thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Pak Kholis, for the very important presentation, I think, for our country. So, which we have a huge biodiversity. I would like to give the opportunity for audience if there are questions for Pak Kholis regarding INPEL, Indonesian National Public Library.
Yeah.
Yeah, Biodiversity Library. Ibu Evita, maybe one short question to Pak Kholis.
Yeah, Pak Kholis, thank you, Pak Dedi, for the opportunity. I just would like to, because I follow this is from the beginning. So now I would like to know exactly what your next step after this your research, because I think this is long-term research, isn't it, Pak Kholis?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for the question, and it's a very important question. So we are actually now not only establishing INPEL as a website, we also building application book, INPEL application, and also we also building application citizen medicine. So citizen medicine is the opposite of INPEL. If INPEL, we want to be more scientific, but for CITMED, citizen medicine, we want to have a more popular application so people can exchange information from all over Indonesia. Let's say this tribe have this and use this, and then so and so. So people will know from different part of the regions. And also we are now proposing a protocol, INPEL protocol to the ministry. By having this protocol, hopefully we can really standardize the biodiversity research based in Indonesia, because nowadays maybe some people use this plant, for example, but they don't have, if we do not have the protocols, maybe they will skip, for example, species identification, because species identification is very crucial for research. Because if one said, let's say in the rural area, tell, oh, this plant is this, but it is through this plant that we have to confirm to LIPI. We take this plant to herbarium to identify the species, so we can get a very precise species identification. So we don't want to miss anything in terms of inventorizing Indonesian biodiversity. That's just one example.
Thank you, Pak Kholis. Thank you, Pak Dedi.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bu Evita. Any other questions, maybe from our guests, from our audience?
Yeah, I have a question, Pak Dedi.
Yes, please, Pak Sam.
Yes, thank you, Pak Kholis, for interesting presentation. So I would like to ask you about the toxicity test. So I agree that toxicity test is very important also as a information for all of us. Have you conducted toxicity test for mangrove, and what is the result?
Okay, I will share this. For example, this one, Pak Sam. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So of course, toxicity result is we tested for every different experiments, because we do have a lot of experiments in terms of, for example, anti-cancer, antibacteria. So all those research involving toxicity tests. For example, the one that I present here in the scientific report, we also do test toxicity test using BSLT, brine shrimp lethal test. Yeah, so we use baby shrimp, whether this mangrove is toxic to the cell or not. So because in this research, the scientific one, we use cancer cell. So we compare the cancer cell and the health cell. So the mangrove is good for health cell, but it's toxic to the cancer cell. That is a good thing. We also use a normal cell. So the shrimp itself, yeah. So the extract of mangrove is not toxic to the shrimp. But keep in mind, there are hundreds of mangrove species. That is why we have to identify first, because some of mangroves are very toxic, are very poisonous. So we have to know first which species that we are using. Hope answer your question, Pak Sam.
Okay, thank you, Pak Kolis.
So just briefly information. So the mangrove that we've been using is actually based on local wisdom. People told us about, oh, this mangrove is good for this and that. So it means that it has been used by local people before. So we just need to really do the scientific way to really confirm that the mangrove is really useful for us. So again, there are many mangroves also poisonous, so we have to be very careful about it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Kholis and Pak Sam, also Bu Evita. I think time is up, so we have to move on to the next session. I would like to pass on the moderatorship, to the next session moderator, which is Pak Tablik Permana.
Okay. Good afternoon, participant. Hope you are in doing well. Yeah. It is. I'm first of all, let me introduce. I'm Alfi Andre. I'm changing Pak Tablik as the moderator here. Yeah. Okay. All right. It is the last season of the SGU Symposium. Yeah, which cover about the topic community service and business incubator. Yeah, if we look at the schedule, there are 8 presenter will be present. Yeah, in this season. Yeah, and I believe they all are interesting topic of the community service. Yeah. Okay. Before we begin, let me introduce our review today. Yeah. First review is Ibu Dr. Evita Ligowo. And then the second review for this season is Bapak Dr. Muhammad Fatoni. And then for the third reviewer is Pak Dodi Hermawan Bagus Wijaksono PSD. All right. Without further ado, I will call first presentation for today. Yeah, the first presentation will be Pak James Purnama. Yeah, with the topic about the development and implementation of software programming competence certification or SPPC online platform. All right, Pak James, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Alfi. Dear reviewer, thank you for giving me an opportunity, to share the result. Yeah, so these are the. Yeah, this is the title: Development and Implementation of Software Programming Competence Certification or SPCC online platform. Yeah, so this is a community service report funded by CCSF scheme. So this activity done by me, James Purnama, Pak Maula Hikmah Galinium, Pak Ko Ieng, and also Pak Eka Budiarto, and involving several students. Okay, the background. The COVID-19 pandemic in Indonesia, starting last year, has an impact on decreasing the physical activities of citizens. Switching activities from offline, to the online, including teaching and learning in the schools, universities, and also in informal education or training center. The new normal era after this pandemic, will transform gradually the way of learning or teaching. Okay, the Z generation students, especially the senior high school students, junior high school students, or university students, will quickly adopt new ways of learning in this new normal era. Okay, the problem. The Z generation students tend to learn new knowledge and skills independently, yeah, through various learning resources on the internet, yeah, especially during the new normal era. How to measure and verify the competence of skills or expertise that someone has learned independently through these online learning sources in the new normal after this COVID-19 pandemic, which will still apply social distancing restrictions. Okay, so the objective of this community service activities is to build a website online examination platform to test the competence of SMK or SMA students or university or vocational students in the field of computer programming. And we did experimented the online platform by implementing it on the at least 30 respondents or SMK students, university or vocational computer study programs. These are the outcomes, web-based online examination. We already implement up to 75%, due to the several situations that we have to manage this pandemic situation. So we couldn't reach 100%. But the landing page for digital marketing already 100%. Social media account activation also. Certification itself, paper publication, we plan to publish to the PKM CSR 2021 National Conference this year. Business model canvas already done. Online platform roadmap, already done. And the number of active students, to be tested, using this certification, already done. And this is the poster for the PKM CSR conference that we would like to publish here. These are our community service activities. First, on October 2020, we do a tryout, to test our competence certification exam. We do it manual, because we want to test whether the SMK students could understand and could follow this examination scheme or not. Okay, we did it via Zoom online, to the 48 SMK students, for the SMK Atisadi Bamkara Karawaci Tangerang. And then after that, we developed the examination certification, and then we do the collaboration with one company, PT Global Service Indonesia. This is one of the United Tractor Group. Okay, this company, PT Global Service Indonesia, is a special company that do recruitment, recruitment for an outsourced employee. Basically, previously, this Global Service Indonesia company, they do for the mechanical engineers or tractor operator employee and supply it to the companies. But previous years ago, they started also to enhance their services to the IT employee supply, IT professional supply to the companies due to the demand also. And then they collaborate with the United Tractor School, to prepare these candidates, and they choose SMK, Sekolah Menengah Kejuruan graduates, to be trained. It's about 6-month training, and after that, PT Global Service Indonesia will supply this employee to the company, to other company. Okay, and United Tractor School will training it. So in this project, SGU collaborate with the United Tractor School to develop the curriculum and to provide the examination certification for those employee candidates. Okay, and we start with 6 number of participants to be tested, to be certified. The third activities, penataran pengamanan sistem informasi TNI Angkatan Darat. Our partner is Dinas Informasi dan Pengolahan Data TNI. We train about 40 staff and soldier from Army Angkatan Darat. Okay, in terms of computer programming and also cyber security, basic cyber security. Okay, so it's about 20 days training. Okay, and we handle with the 2 parts, basic information technology, that's the first part, and the second part is the cyber security basic. Okay, so this is the certificate that we issue. Okay, this is the attendance from the SMA, and this is the activities when we did in the PT Global Service Indonesia. Okay, and we did it through online. We combine also with the offline. Okay, and this is the examination. Okay, this is a special request from PT Global Service Indonesia that not only the online and written examination but also the presentation. So we custom, we custom the examination for them. Okay, and this is the result. And this is penataran cyber tingkat dasar TNI AD, and this is the formal letter, formal letter from the Kepala Disinfolahta TNI AD to the rector, SGU rector, to do the community service there. Okay, and this is our documentation. Me, Pak Maula, and this is the head of Tarlat, Letkol Zainal Arifin, and also Mr. Eka Budiharto doing community service there. And this is the situation when we did the training and also the certification there, the examination. Okay, Mr. Ko also teach there, and this is the attendance. Okay, this is our portal platform, website. We name it Virtu Guru, okay, and this is how we promote our activities there. Okay, and we provide up to now three subjects to be tested. Okay, and of course this is not the end of the activities, because we plan to improve our online certification, and also we add more examination topics, but still we focus on the computer programming because that's our main expertise. After we establish the computer programming certification, we will improve our platform to the cybersecurity examination. Okay, so I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you very much, Pak James, for your good presentation. Now I will let the reviewer to give the times to ask and answer session. Reviewer, times is yours.
Who should start, Pak?
Yeah, Bu Evita, go ahead.
May I start? Okay, Pak James. So
Yes,
actually, the objective of your community service is to develop and implement the software, isn't it?
Yes, Ibu.
And how about the software itself? It's already done?
Yeah. Until now, based on our progress report, the development is still not 100%, but 75%. Yeah, the progress. So that's why I said that I need to improve. Yeah, I need to improve the development and experiment previously with the PTGSI, SMK Atisadi Amkara, and also in TNI AD. That's the part of our experiments, yeah, for the user feedback, Ibu.
Okay, understand. So, okay, and what they thought after you implemented in the 3 places? What they thought, is it good enough, your program? Or yeah, I understand that you mentioned it's already only around 75%.
Yeah.
But what is they expected to have the 100% results?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Actually, we got the response from them that programming skill, programming application programming skills is not like a hard skill, other hard skill. So from one school to other school, for example, when we test to the SMK high school students, yeah, so they have a different understanding about the programming skills. Yeah, so for example, last November 2020, when we launched our examination to the SMK Atisa di Pamkara, it's about 50% are fail. The students, yeah, fail. Yeah, fail, not pass the certification. Okay, and then we do evaluation with the high schools and also the headmaster. Why they cannot pass our certification? Yeah, so so it seems that our level of certification is too high for them, even though we already follow the SKKNI. Yeah, for the senior high school student is about SKKNI level 3 or 4, if and for the bachelor student is 6. Yeah, so we follow the SKKNI level 3, for example, but still they cannot pass the examination. Yeah, and also with the United Tractor partners, PTGSI, there are 6 SMK graduates that they want to recruit as a programmer, and we do our examination to them. Only one participant can pass the certification. The 6 is not pass. Yeah, so we have to make a gradual level of certification. Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Pak.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Bu Evita.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bu Evita. From others reviewers, we still have 2 more minutes.
Yes, can I have a little question?
Yep,
Go ahead,
Mr.
Pak.
Dedi.
Hello, Pak James. How are you?
Very fine,
nice
Pak Dedi.
presentation. Yeah, I just want to continue a little bit question of Bu Evita. Yeah. Okay, you just mentioned that a lot of students, especially in high school, SMA and United Tractor, didn't pass in the certification.
Yeah, Pak Fatoni.
Okay. What about the passing grade? Maybe maybe the passing grade is too high or just normal. How can you compare? Okay, this is pass and this is not. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Dedi. Actually,
Pak Tony.
Sorry, Pak Fatoni. Yeah, yeah, Pak Fatoni. Thank you. Actually, we adopt the certification or the examination from SGU curriculum of first semester students.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we follow the SGU standard. Yeah, we follow SGU standard. The passing grade is 60, and unfortunately, the SMK graduate students and even the students, the graduates, SMK students that already 1 or 2 years graduates, they still cannot pass. Not all of them cannot cannot pass. So I evaluate that maybe it because there is a gap between what they learn from school SMA or SMK SMK and the industry expectation. Yeah. To be honest, we already discussed with the PT GSI. PT GSI is the recruiter. Yeah, so they recruit the SMK graduates, they train and they supply to the company. So they have requirement from the company, and we follow that requirement. And it's difficult, yeah, to train and to certify the SMK students. So we conclude that training is not enough. So we have to help the SMK teachers, yeah, to improve their curriculum to fulfill the industry requirements actually. Yeah. So I would like to continue these activities. Yeah. Not only at the examination step, but backward to the beginning, which is curriculum development and teachers enrichment. Yeah, SMK teachers enrichment to fulfill industrial requirement. That's my conclusion, Pak Fatoni.
Right, thank you, Pak James.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak James and the reviewers. Yeah, we finish Pak James now, and then we continue for the second presenter. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Pak Alfi, Bu Evita, Pak Fatoni. Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay, for the next presenter, it will be Bu Sumini. Bu Sumini.
Oh, okay, thank you, Pak.
Okay, Bu Sumini, the stage is yours. Bu Sumini, the topic is about the socialization of digital transformation effect on accounting education and profession in industry 4.0 for high school students. It is the community service Bu Sumini, me, and also Pak Nurdayadi with the accounting students. All right, Bu Sumini, go ahead.
The introductions. Okay, good afternoon to the reviewers and all to the participants. So the presentations today is the community service activity for the socializations of the accounting digital transformations for the high school students. Yeah. Now, this will be now the behind of this activity is when we look at the industry 4.0. So actually, industry 4.0 has brought changes to people, machines, technology, and profession, including the accounting profession. So actually, also require accounting professions to adapt to development in the information technology and also the big data. Now, this industry 4.0 actually has caused an extraordinary shift here in various fields of the science and professions. So that means accounting methods and practices say they need to be changed to improve the service quality and also the global expansions to the online communications and the use of the cloud computing. Now, so since that these accounting professions they are facing a significant changes. Now, this means that professional organizations also they are responding to the emergence of the technological trends here. Now, this also affect to the future accountants. Now, future accountants, they need the educations in the digital technologies, okay, such as cloud computing and also big data or data analytics. Now, which is going to evolving the regulations such as the tax regulations, reporting regulations, and also the integrated and also the globalizations, yeah, for the digital transformations. Now, then one of these accounting digital transformation is cloud accounting and also the applications of the accounting information system. So this cloud accounting actually has taken the accounting professions into a whole new dimension here. Now, the background of this activity is now we need to socialize these accounting digital transformations by using the approaches to deliver the informations and also the knowledge of the accounting digital transformations to the high school students. Now, students from the high school, now they may still have the knowledge of the traditional accounting. That means focusing on the desktop accounting here. Now, but on the other hand, they already have to know that the adjustment to the cloud-based basic accounting in this industry 4.0. Now, and then the students in the high school also, they need to know the effect of these accounting digital transformations. Now, especially for the high school students that they're going to be the future accountants here. Now, the objective of this activity is now, firstly, it's going to improve the learning experience for the high school students. Now, through the knowledge and also through the simulation practices here. Now, about this accounting digital transformations here, and also this is going to provide them the basic accountancy skills, especially in the accounting information system. Now, by giving them the chance to practice through the online accounting here. Now, by using the cloud-based system, or I call it the cloud-based technology now of this accounting information system. Now, there are three methods here now in this activity. So we collaborate with the partner and also the community partner, and also with the a school here. Now, so in this activity, so now the first there are three stages. So the first stages here, we give them the online seminar. So that will be in 2 hours durations. Now in this seminar, we introduce to them the importance of the digital transformations and also the effects, what going to be happen to the accounting educations and the profession also to the students. And in this seminar, we also emphasize the needs of the future professional accountant for the high school students in the grade 11 and grade 12 here. Now, so in this seminar, it's not only participated by the high school student, it also participated by the high school students from the community here, so as our collaboration partner. Now, and then the second stages here is we go to the simulations workshop here. Now, this simulation workshops, we did it online for the high school students and also for the teachers. Now together with the community and also with the school here. So we did this with SMK Mandiri Kota Bekasi and also with the community of Anak Akuntansi Indonesia. Now these stages, now the students and the teachers, they join in this simulation workshop. It's already been selected, so by the school here. Now, so 12 students and 2 teachers, they join in this simulation workshop for 2 days, now for 12 hours. Now, using the accounting platform, the accounting online platform, what we also use in our accounting study program as using the Accurate here. Now, so this Accurate is part of the example of the cloud-based accounting information system. Now, these simulations, so they did the practices online, and then we guided through the online also to now there are 7 modules. So yes, so in these simulations, now in 2 days, and then so we guided them one by one. Okay, so together with the students from the accounting study program semester 4. Now, and then after they have done this workshop, so we go to the last stages. Now we provided them the exam certifications. Now these exam certifications, the level is specifically for the high school students. Now, to know their mastery of the data entry for this accounting information system. So 7 selected students and 2 teachers, they are given these exam certifications for 3 hours. Now, all of these activity were done online. So with the schools and also with the community. now so now the school, now when they have this online, actually there's a bit of the difficulty for the school due to the internet connections, but fortunately they are able to cope with that kind of difficulties, and we're able to finish these activities. Yeah. Now the conclusions of this activity is that now after they have finished all these 3 stages, so I did the evaluations with the school and so with the community here. Now, the school that gave the feedback that that this they still using the first of the accounting tool as for their practices in their curriculum. Now, so when they saw this accurate as part of the accounting online, now they were very interested to change into this accurate here as a part of their practices for their curriculum in the school here. Now and then then according to the headmasters of the school is that this training is not enough. Okay, so for them to pass for the exam certifications. Now, so for the 7 students and the 2 teachers who had done the exam certification, and unfortunately also all of them have not passed for the certifications. So now since they haven't passed the certification, so they did not get this certification as a certified of the basic data entry here. Now, so what the school interested is that this can be conducted as a part of the extracurricular activity in the school here. So that means we can provide them with the training in a more longer hours, and then the module also can be given more in the details, okay, rather than simply just for the 12 hours training here. So I think that's all for my presentations today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Bu Sumini, for your group for your good presentation. Now I let the examiner, to raise a question to the presenter. All right, the examiner's time is yours.
I think Pak Dedi turn now.
Thank you, for the opportunity. Are there any standards, or pedagogical standards that you are implementing to conduct this training as well as the certification for the students and the teachers?
Sorry, Pak Dedi, can you repeat the questions?
Pak Dedi, the voice, Pak.
Yeah, can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, clear.
Yeah.
Are there any pedagogical standards that you are implementing to conduct this online accounting course as well as the evaluation? And how do you assess afterwards whether that pedagogical objectives are met or not?
So the objective here, the assess is through their exam certifications. Now the exam certifications, now they did not pass this exam here for now, including all the students and including the teachers. Now when we did online, now so the students they did it. We already can assess. There's some students that they can follow, but then some students they are left behind, and also the teachers also sometimes they have the difficulties for this, and then the evaluations. So after the exhibit, the result came up from these certifications. So I discussed with the headmasters of the school. What the headmasters are given a response to us that they need more than just this 12 hours training here.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Oh, may I have another question, Pak Alfi?
Thank you very much, Pak Dedi. Yes, Bu, go ahead, Bu.
Thank you. So Ibu Subini, so your objective is actually to socialize, yeah, about the digital transformation effect, yeah. So
Yes.
according to you, uh, after you receive that, even though you start with the webinar and then with the course, it looks like it's not enough, isn't it, the time, yeah?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So now what your plan after that?
The means the plan afterward for this year is now we can offer this the module. I mean this course now to be now so that means the school can embed this kind of the extra as part of the extracurricular curricular activity here. So it's just like a part of their accounting course so in the school here. It would be for 1 semesters, or we also can give up until 2 semesters. So actually the module is already, we have already the modules, and it's already been prepared well here for the module. So it's just that we can, I mean, expand these modules now into a 1 semesters for the school here.
And do you think that the high school that you work together is need this kind of program?
Yes, because when they did this when they did this activity, now they are very, I mean, eager to follow and then to study for this. And then when I asked that if we held this another again for another kind of the workshop, so they say that they would like to have it here.
Okay, thank you, Pak Alfi.
Okay, thank you very much, Bu Evita. Pak Fatoni?
Yes, okay. I have a simple suggestion, I suppose. Okay, actually, this is very good project, Bu Sumini. Yeah, but as you said that none of them passed the exam of the certification. Okay, both students and the teachers. Okay, I might suggest that you divide this project into two. Maybe first step, maybe you give to the teachers first, yeah, and see what is the result. And actually, don't mix them. Okay, you divide them. Okay, teachers with teachers and students with students. Maybe we will see other results. Okay, this is my suggestion. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Pak, for the recommendations.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Fatoni, for your suggestion. All right, Bu Sumini, will end the session, Bu Sumini. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next, next presenter will be Dr. Nila Krisnawati Hidayat, SAMM, with the topic about small, medium enterprise development program through effective monitoring for novice entrepreneur in pandemic. All right, Bu Nila. Bu Nila is here.
Yes, Pak Alfi, I'm here.
Yes. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Alfi. May I share my screen first?
Yes, sure.
Yes. So I believe everybody can see my screen well.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. So again, very warm good afternoon to all respective reviewers, Ibu Evita. Nice meeting you again, Bu,
Nice
and
to meet
Pak
you.
Fatoni, as well as of course, Pak Dedi. And also all the participants of the symposium today, international symposium today. So I would like to share my CCSF activities, which actually starting since last year. It is focusing into the supporting the SMEs, which we know that SMEs become institutions that getting the high impact of the pandemic, yeah, particularly in terms of their sustainability. So the background is how we're trying to help them to again increasing their capabilities, but the important thing is how to develop their sustainability in for their long-term business. So this activity also trying to actually implement the pentahelix approach, which in this case, if you can see in the slide, is in a collaboration between Dinas Pariwisata Kota Tangsel as a government representatives, the Masata as the association or social organization, the Sari Ardor Indonesia is the company or the business aspect, and Travel Makers and Kedai Pena actually is the media. So we need try to combine all these aspects. So the mentoring teams, not just the lectures in the Faculty Business of Communication, whose are Pak Yosman, myself, as of course Pak Nurdayadi, but of course the students involved. That's make this program very interesting. So we get students from the business, from the global communications, and as well as the combination or support from the Masata Tangsel as the association. So they are fully support in giving not just the motivation, but the time. The objective of and the outcome of this activity comes to focusing into the motivating and facilitations or facilitating the SMEs. As we know, they get the impact of and getting some threat in terms of their sustainability of their business, and of course giving the mentoring. So mentoring means it's more than evaluation, but really supporting and motivating them. And of course, by conducting that event, we do hope that the outcome in increasing their capacity as well as motivation, and of course, giving them some support for the sustainability will achieve. And another outcome which relate with our obligation as a lecturers is of course the article at the journal. This is the roadmap and the method. So if we can see the method actually combining with not just a socialization, but we also doing the mentoring. We also in a very specific condition, we do the blended learning approach. So not just an online, since we know the SMEs really need a real support. So it is a very risky for all as well. I mean, for the university perspective, if we fully support through the offline. So that's why we delivered through the blended approach. So not just online, but as well for a particular skill and a competency, we did it in the offline, but of course applying the very strict protocol and health protocols. And the method, other method beside the learning method or the approach, also conducting the workshop. So this is become the critical things. If let's say, based on our managerial skill in the business, we support them with the let's say accounting skills, which conducted by Pak Nurdayadi, sharing about the tax, how the tax could be implemented in SMEs. Even I think the tax is not a very relative, related issue for the SMEs who facing a problem in this condition. But of course, we still have to share the knowledge on the tax implementation. And another thing is the financials system implementation in the business. And of course, the mentoring, because mentoring is not just 2 days or 2 hours, but more than that, we are trying to accompany them in facing the problem through the WhatsApp. As I explained before, the mentoring models implementing the pentahelic approach. So we know, we identify first their condition, then we give them some knowledge, and then we conducting the mentoring. And the long-term goal is the resilience SMEs. Resilience here is the sustainability of the SMEs. These are just some pictures, showing how we are trying hard to, again, giving a support and conducting several preparations until we did, activity of the webinar. And thank God it was attended by over than 200 participants that time on the 3rd of February. And it's just a socialization, but it is not until here. We also measure their feedback. And from this, almost 65% showing that it is really motivating them. And they almost 99% stated that it's very interesting program, particularly required in the pandemic. And talking about satisfaction rate, we also measure their participation or their response in terms of this activity. And from this, we can see that almost all the participants consider that it is a very important activity and giving a significant benefit. This is just a short profile of the mentees or the participants. From the 200 participants, we select into a very small group. Of course, this small group was considered based on our resources and of course our financial support coming from the university. So we selected the 8 potentials SMEs with several criteria. If we can see here, their asset is below 50, so it's categorized as a micro business with the onset between 1 up to 8 million per month, and length of business 3 months up to 2 years, and located in the Tangerang. Another activities that we have done is conducting the blended learning or blended mentoring, not just an online, but as well as the offline sessions. You can see the pictures of all the mentors, including our students, that make this event become one excellence, because the students also showing a very enthusiastic and really supporting the SMEs, including the business plan. And this is the last activity that we conducted on the 6th of April, where almost all students also trying to take a part in this program by delivering the workshop on the creative content for social media. As we know that the millennial generations, Z generation, are very expert in this area. So we given them opportunity to deliver a creative content to improve their social media activities. How we measure the successful or effectiveness of this program? So not just measuring the attendance rate, which considered high, because attendance without showing a very good result will be nothing. So one of the significant results that we asked and they could deliver and well presented or within the sessions were the business plan and creative content. So it was surprising that even in the limit condition, very limited knowledge and skill, they were successfully in making the creative content for social media, including the business plan. And of course, last but not least is the sustainability of this program, because we do believe this kind of model could be developed for further collaboration with potential sponsors, so it can be sustained in the long run. Just giving us a very specific outcomes that we did. So as we explained in the previous slide, we got a support from the tourism and creative economy local government. So they also committed to support for us in the next program. And of course, high impact of the participants and community benefit that we can see from this graph. They again stated that it's giving them a very a potential benefit for supporting their sustainability of the business. The third, we also get an exposure from several medias. Of course, it's an online media and the travel and creative economies media. So this is a very good exposure for SGU that we, of course, concerned to support the government in recovery stage, particularly in the economic recovery, focusing to the SMEs. And as I mentioned again before, that this is related with the obligation to the lectures. So thank God, Alhamdulillah, we also submitted this activity into the index or Sinta journal, focusing into Jurnal Pengabdian Masyarakat. And last but not least, we also succeeding in making the profile for video. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the breaking time, it was been played as well, several short recording or film. So I think this is also a gimmick for inviting another sponsors who could involve in the next program of sponsors of the mentoring program for the entrepreneurship. Okay, that's all of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For your good presentation. Now, I think we only have, because of time constraint, we only have one question from the reviewer. All right.
I think the turn is Pak Dedi now.
Yeah, Pak Dedi.
Pak Dedi.
Okay, thank you, Evita, Pak Patani, Pak Alfi. I think I have one comment that's very excellent and well done.
Thank you, Pak Dedi.
Bu Nila and team. My comments are how to make this program of mentoring more sustainable in the future. So can you make a general model that can be copy pasted, for example, to other fields or to other region? Yeah, so your program not only is beneficial towards the SME around Tangerang, but also nationally, if that it can be copied by other FPPM around Indonesia. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Pak Dedi, for the valuable input. So I think that's become the homework of the SGU as well. Yeah, I mean, we are trying to make a model that could be applied for the all the stakeholders, not just university, but involving other stakeholders like government, local government in all provinces in Indonesia, as well as the association and the medias. So I think as we know that under the media, I mean, Kampus Merdeka and Merdeka Belajar curriculum, I believe all the universities are very high committed in, contributing the activity of learning, not just in the campus, but as well as high impact to the community. So I do believe, Pak, with, collaborations under the Kampus Merdeka and Merdeka Belajar, and the collaboration within or among the universities. So we can help the government, we can help our communities. Again, why focusing into the SMEs? Because SMEs is the fundamentals of the economics of the Indonesia. So that's why we focusing into that. Yeah, but of course, a koperasi or other small company is under or can be categorized as the SME. So we do hope, once again, it's going to be a part of our support or contribution to help a government in economic recovery. Thank you, Pak Dedi.
All right, thank you so much comment from Pak Dedi, and thank you so much Bu Nila for your good presentation.
Thank you, Pak Alfi.
We end Bu Nila season, and then we are going to continue to next season. Yeah, next season, next presenter will be wait.
Pak Are.
Will be
Pak Are.
Pak Are. Okay, the next presentation will be Pak Are. No, yeah, yes. Pak Are. With topic about entrepreneurship education for high school student, coffeepreneur workshop.
Pak Alfi, lama tak jumpa nih, lupa.
Baik, Cik. Okay, Pak Are, the stage is yours. Pak Are? Halo. Pak Are,
tak nampak ke?
Huh? No, Pak Are.
Hadir.
Okay.
I don't think Pak Ari is here. Yeah, I try to look in the participant.
Yeah,
Banyak
Pak Ari
Pak
is
Cik di sini,
enjoying
banyak Pak
his
Cik nih.
Suharti, Pak. Enjoying his lunch.
Okay, if there is no Pak Ari, okay, we are going to move to Bu Debbie. Noli Simorangkir, PhD.
Aja nih Are nih.
It's about raising awareness of high school students towards sexual harassment. Okay, Bu Debbie, the stage is yours.
All right, thank you so much. Let me start sharing my screen then, ya.
Hidup Bu Debbie.
Thank you, thank you. All right, okay, a very good afternoon, the reviewers whom I respect very much, fellow academics, Bapak Ibu, students, and everybody in attendance. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Deborah Simorangkir. I'm here to present to you the community service project that I did with my partner Sharon Schumacher titled Raising Awareness of High School Students About Sexual Harassment. And I would like to acknowledge CCSF for funding this community service. So this project that we did was a continuation from last year's project, in which we conducted a community service to raise awareness about the existence of and the prevalence of sexual harassment in the media industry, in which we involved professionals, so mature people, adults who are already working, mainly from the media industry, but not only media industry. And then we also had another group, which was from SMK Paramarta. And then we realized that it works so much better within the adult group, but for the teenagers, we realized that it didn't work very well. So we decided that we needed to devise a program that would be targeted specifically to teenagers. So this was a follow-up, yeah. So the target audience here this year is students of high schools. And in order to involve them, we work together with Dirmarkom to target the high schools that were already targets of SGU. So of course, we expected just strengthen capacity for academic staff and curriculum deliverance. We also wanted to improve our contribution for scientific and community problem solution, also increase and implement scientific publications, and also increase community service level cluster and study program accreditation. So this project was divided into 3 activities, 3 stages. Yeah, the goal here is that we wanted a continuing conversation, continuing dialogue about sexual harassment. That's why we used mainly the social media and online platform as a vehicle, so that because everything that is online is forever, so that way even when we're done with the project, they can continue this conversation. Now, the first stage was a webinar titled Stand Up Against Sexual Harassment. We invited the speaker from Komnas Perempuan. Her name is Professor Alimatul Kiptiah, and so she's a commissioner at Komnas Perempuan, and she brought up the topic tips terhindar dari kekerasan seksual. I will explain a little bit later. And then the second stage is a competition called Creative Arts Against Sexual Harassment Competition. And this involved high school and university students, and they were called to submit original artwork. This was first announced at the first event, and then this continued with a month later. And we also had judges from the media industry who were also activists and influencers. And then the third stage was a podcast edition. Me and Sharon have a podcast that it's not so regular anymore, but we used to do it every 2 weeks, and it's called She Begs to Differ. So we had one episode inviting the 3 winners of the previous competition. All right, so let me explain to you each stage. The phase 1 was the webinar Stand Up Against Sexual Harassment. This was conducted on February 5th, 2021. In the end, we had 101 participants from outside SGU. As I mentioned earlier, we had Professor Alimatul Kiptiah, who is a feminist and also commissioner of Komnas Perempuan, and she brought up the topic of, at first, even because obviously many people protested, wrote to us saying, why is the tips terhindar dari kekerasan seksual? Because that also already placed the responsibility on the victims, whereas anyone would argue that the perpetrator is the one to blame. But then we were able to explain later on that, you know what, when we're saying terhindar, doesn't necessarily mean that you are the victim. Even the perpetrators have to know how to not do that. Yeah, so it was a very interesting topic that she discussed. So we had high schools that participated, but the one with most participants was SMA Kristen Ketapang 3 from, I think it was Cikarang. And then we also had some universities that participated. we conducted a survey before the webinar and after the webinar, and then we compared the results. There was no significant difference in the overall knowledge about sexual harassment. However, there was an increase in the confidence level of participants on dealing with sexual harassment. Yeah, so we thought that this was really good. When asked whether if they experience sexual harassment, would they know what to do? Yeah, previously it was 69%, and then after the event it was almost 80%. So yeah, almost 79%. And then whether they would be courageous enough to report the incident. Previously it was 65.6%, and then it increased to 78.8%. And then whether they would have the courage to defend themselves. Previously, it was almost 80%, and then afterwards, there was also an increase to almost 85%. And then this was the biggest increase. If they witness somebody being harassed, would they have the courage to defend that victim? Before, it was only 66 to 67%, and then it increased to 94%. Obviously, because previously they didn't know what to do if that happened. But with Prof. Alim, she gave some guidance as to what we could do if we witness somebody who experienced sexual harassment. Yeah. So they also gave comments about what they felt about the webinar. They felt that some of the benefits, for example, through this webinar, I received information about how to effectively deal with sexual harassment. 94% agreed with this, and whether they felt that they understand about sexual harassment through this webinar, 94% also feel that they did. So we felt that this was an effective event in order to raise awareness of the high school students. These were some comments from the participants. Webinarnya bagus dan mendidik. And then ini webinar yang sangat bagus dengan topik yang menurut saya sangat penting dibicarakan. And terus mengadakan seminar ke banyak sekolah, lingkungan agar semua semakin paham dan dapat meminimalkan kejadian seperti ini. So we received a lot of positive from the participants as well. All right, so in that previous event, we announced the cash competition, and we gave them 1 month to submit their artwork. So 1 month later, we conducted this. Well, it was already conducted on them, their artwork, and they had to do the necessary hashtags. And finally, on the cash competition, we announced the winners. So in the end, we had 93 entries, 63 illustrations or posters, 1 dance video, 16 videos, non-dance videos, and then we received 4 poems, 2 speeches, and 7 animations. This was initially open to high school students only. Then eventually we had to open to university students as well. And believe it or not, we even actually had to menolak SMP students because there were so many people. And one thing that I learned here is that paid promotion actually really works in this case, yeah, because at the beginning it was difficult for us to get people to register, but then once we used paid promotion, we got people who we eventually had to reject because they were not eligible, because they were in SMP, sometimes because they were a little late, and so on. We learned paid promotion. So these were pictures from the cash competition. These were the judges. We had Nara Anumila, Ray Nagy, and Chani Fasandani, and eventually we chose the 7 finalists, and then eventually we chose. So as I mentioned earlier, after this we had the She Begs to Differ podcast inviting the 3 winners. So the 3 winners were GO dance crew, and then also Sayidina Imanisa, and then the other one was Sabin Shafa. So 2 posters, 1 poster, 1 video, and 1 dance video. And here it was a very interesting podcast edition because all these young ladies were talking about their experience about sexual harassment, what they do, how they think they can contribute to this dialogue through their artwork, and so on. So it was really refreshing to talk to young women who seem to know what they are doing and that they feel like they're doing something to society. So yeah, that was our community service project, and I am happy to tell you that we have already submitted the report, the article for publication to PKM CSR, Sinergitas PKM CSR. I don't know if you can see it here. It's not published yet. It's still in the reviewing process, but yeah. So I would like to acknowledge that once again, this community service was funded by the CCSF Fund 2020-2021. We would also like to thank Komnas Perempuan, especially Prof. Alimatul Kiptiah, and then the judges of the competition, Nara Anumila, Chatni Fasandani, Ray Nagy, all the participating schools, teachers, and students, and also our study program, Global Strategic Communication Study Program, and of course, SGU IRCS. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Bu Debbie, for a good presentation and also interesting community service. Okay, now I will let the reviewer to ask the question to Bu Debbie. Yeah, due to the time constraint, is only one question, yeah, for the reviewer. All right.
Bu Evita, yeah.
Yes, my turn. Okay, thank you, Bu Debbie. It's very interesting. So you use three kind of approach, yeah. First is using the webinar, and then competition, and then podcast. Yeah. According to you, it should be always three steps of it, or you maybe according to your research, which one is actually the best, or you have to do three of it?
No, it doesn't have to be three. And just to let you know, actually the last one, we decided later on to add on to it. It wasn't as originally planned or originally proposed. At the beginning, we only planned to do the webinar and then the competition. But then because we also have this podcast as an outside thing, me and Sharon, we decided, and our podcast anyway is about women's issues anyway. So we felt like, why not we extend this even more and invite the winners so that we can continue the discussion about this issue.
So which one was you mentioned it? It means it should not be three of it, but if you have to choose one or two, which one you would like to take?
Yeah. I think that actually one or two, you are correct. But the thing is with the podcast, because the recording is always there in the platform, in Spotify, for example, that kind of gives it its continuing discussion, right? Because it's always there. Anybody could hear it anytime. That they didn't have to be present in the event. So I thought that was a nice additional touch.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Bu Debbie. Thank you, Pak Alvi.
All right, thank you very much, Bu Evita. Thank you very much, Bu Debbie, for your presentation about the sexual harassment of school students. All right, now we are moving to next presentation. Yeah, the next presentation is Tablik Permana, but it's going to present by Bu Diah. Yeah.
So I will present by myself.
Okay,
Bu Dia will present about the Indonesian Fun Science Award.
Yeah, Indonesian Science. All right, Pak Tablik, the topic community service from Pak Tablik, MSME's Competitiveness Improvement Program, Didi Bakri as the partner of BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana. All right, Pak Tablik, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Alvi, for the opportunity. I will present my presentation first. Okay. Okay, good afternoon, all reviewers, Pak Dedi, Pak Fatoni, and also Bu Evita, and good afternoon, Pak Alvi as the moderator, and also good afternoon for all participants in SGU Symposium 2021. So my name is Tablik Permana. I would like to present our project, our team project, community service project funded by Central Community Service Fund, and entitled Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Competitiveness Improvement Program for Didi Bakery as a partner of BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana. Okay, why do we need to conduct this program? Actually, SGU has a cooperation with the government of Tangerang District, especially the cooperation with Dinas Pemberdayaan Masyarakat dan Pemerintahan Desa to empower the 10 priority village through BUMDes. These are the 10 priority village, and one of the village is Serdang Wetan, Desa Serdang Wetan. And the name of BUMDes in Desa Serdang Wetan is BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana, with the business unit kolam ikan, pemancingan, and also culinary. And one of the business unit that I mentioned before, culinary, as a partner of BUMDes is Didi Bakery. So Didi Bakery fully supported for almost 4 years by the BUMDes to support by the equipment, also support the packaging, but to reach the market around the Desa Serdang Wetan, especially the main market of Didi Bakery is school canteen and also office canteen. But during the pandemic, the focus of fund, the village fund, to manage the pandemic itself. So there's no fund for to support Didi Bakery again. Beside that condition, the school canteen also should be stopped due to the pandemic, and students should study at home. And Didi Bakery has lost their 90% of market. And so this project has the main objective to empowering Didi Bakery to reach new market and bounce back to catch and increase their market. To get the problem, we are conducted the interview session with the BUMDes itself as the partner of Didi Bakery, and also with the Didi Bakery. And to get the problem, also we visited the production facilities of Didi Bakery itself. And after that activities, we gathered some problems that headed by Didi Bakery. The first problem is inconsistency of product quality produced by Didi Bakery. And the second problem is short shelf life of product. This problem lead to another problem that is the limited distribution area. So Didi Bakery cannot reach a larger area of distribution and market.
Yeah.
And then for the third problem is lack of knowledge about digital marketing. During this pandemic, the industry pushed to use the digital marketing, but for Didi Bakery, the knowledge about the digital marketing is like, okay, for the first problem about the inconsistency of product quality, this problem caused by the process that utilized by Didi Bakery for proving process. Still traditionally, it takes almost 3 hours for the proving process and produce inconsistent product quality. So we decided to facilitate the Didi Bakery with a proving machine. It can decrease the process into only 30 minutes of proving process and can produce consistent product quality. This is the customized proving machine. Why do we need to customize? Because the size of machine should be fit with the size of oven that the bakery already used. So the tray will be fit also. And how to use this machine is trained by the vendor or warehouse that produce the customized proofing machine. And the next problem is limited distribution area due to the short shelf life of the product. After discussed with Didi Bakery, we are decided to develop new product with a longer shelf life, and the product that Didi Bakery can produce and able to produce the product are the first keripik bawang, and the second is roti bagelan. Those two products has longer shelf life, so it can be distributed to the larger area. But to produce these two products, Didi Bakery should be facilitated with other facilities that are those shaping machine to produce the keripik bawang, and also should be facilitated with plastic sealer, because roti bagelan, the further process of bread and also keripik bawang should be packaged with the plastic and should be sealed by plastic sealer. And for the other problem about digital marketing, it's this is the hardest problem, because Ibu Sunarsi has the owner as the owner of Didi Bakery has very limited knowledge about digitalization, and to overcome that problem, we are decided to collaborate with the daughter of Bu Sunarsi, and it's already invited to join the collaboration, the digital marketing training program that already held by SGU, collaborated with this digital marketing center of Disperinda Kabupaten Tangerang. And other support regarding the digital marketing to produce a good photo of product, we supported Didi Bakery with mini photo box. That's all my presentation, and thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Tablik, for your presentation, for your good presentation. Now we let the examiner to ask one question. I think Pak Fatoni, ya.
Yes, okay, all right, now my turn. Okay. Hello, Tablik.
Hello, Pak.
Tablik, how are you?
Fine, Pak, good.
Still healthy, yeah? All right, your program is okay, excellent. Your presentation excellent. Okay, and your program is meant for normal condition. Unfortunately, coming COVID problem, and you just mentioned that BD lost 90%.
Yep.
And also nowadays the canteen of schools to close.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so I think the problem has moved. It has moved to the marketing, maybe, yeah. And what do you say about this? And I just saw that you give training in digital marketing, but maybe if you train the owner, for example, it's very difficult. Maybe they need some help from the expert of digital marketing. Maybe this is my suggestion. You want to say something?
Thank you, Pak Fatwani, for the suggestion. So actually, Didi Bakery have tried several methods to overcome the problem to increase their market. First, they have tried to reach the retail market, but it's cannot increase the market, because after they put the product into the retail, it's only can the shelf life only 2 or 3 days, and um, the sale it's not good for the retail, and then the bakery also have tried to use motorist cells, but it's also not give a good result, and they have tried to use digital marketing, and back to the problem because the shelf life of product only 2 days, so it cannot reach the market outside. So we are decided to develop other product that can reach a larger market. But of course, on the next project, we have to train the bakery to produce premium product, premium product. So it can be delivered. It can be delivered with a short time. Instead, beside the delivery cost, it's high. But for the premium product, I think it's not a problem. But for now, the bakery has no abilities to produce the premium product.
If I have they use, for example, like Grab Food or Go Food, and stand maybe for 2 days, for example.
Yes, but the product that produced by the bakery, it's only at the price 2 or 3 thousand rupiah.
Oh,
That's the
very difficult.
yeah, only the economic product that I mentioned before. If Didi Bakery can produce the premium product, maybe the delivery cost it's not a problem anymore, and it can be sold into the market, digital market.
All right, Mas Tablik.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pak Fatoni. All right, thank you
Welcome.
very much, Pak Tablik.
You're
It is
welcome.
the ending of
Thank you, Mas Tablik.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Pak.
about the competitive improvement Didi Bakery as the partner Bumdes Serdang Tirta Kencana. All right. For the next presenter, we will be Bu Diah, yeah, replacing Pak Aulia Arif Iskandar. Yeah, which the topics the topic of the community service is the Indonesian Fun Science Award 3.0 for high school student, teacher science mini lab kit for the school from home. All right. Okay, Bu Diah, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Palfi. Let me start sharing the slides first. Okay, I hope it's visible already. Right. So good afternoon, everyone, reviewers, colleagues, and respected guests. Thank you for the opportunity for me to share a little report about the performance of Indonesian Fun Science Award 3.0 for high school students and teacher, including the Science Mini Lab Kit for School from Home. Please allow me to represent the chairman of this activity, Pak Aulia Arif Iskandar, and I would like to also highlight that this activity has been funded by the Central Community Service Fund 2020-2021. So I will start with a little background of this activity. So why the Indonesian Fine Science Award has been annually performed by the Faculty of Life Sciences and Technology is starting with the fact that we all know such a common paradigm in younger generation that the words science and research are somehow found to be quite scary and oftenly related or linked with words like difficult, boring, uninteresting, and very complicated to be executed. And we also even find in the university level that our students sometimes find it hard to start to plan their own research projects, and it's hard for them to make a systematic plan and even to, at the end, write a scientific paper. So there is a need to somehow introduce the younger generation to doing research in a younger age, such as in high school level. And then additional background that we all know that we've been in the pandemic situation for over a year now, and students, high school students and all school students have to do their activity at home, and that's why we want to just give them more ideas of how to do more interesting activities, such as also doing small researches just by using simple equipment, by providing them mini labs atau mini experiment kits. So the objectives of this activity is to build awareness on how fun and important sciences can be, to encourage younger generation so they can think in more critical, logical, and systematical way, and to also boost their creativity in observing their surroundings. And also, additionally, related to the pandemic situations, we want to give them more ideas to perform sciences from home by providing mini lab science kit. The IFSA, or the Indonesian Fun Science Award 3.0, has started in December 2020 with a first workshop, which was the Road to IFSA 3.0 Science from Home. We can see here the topics that were covered, delivered by Pak Muzi and Pak Irfan, research from home, and sneak peek to the articles, the best articles in the two previous IFSA. And then we continued also with a second workshop, cara seru mencari dan mengolah data ilmiah. So in this second workshop, we invited external speaker from Australia, Ibu Wuri Prasetyawati, to show how the researches in social sciences are normally made. And Pak Muzi has also delivered tips and tricks how to do the simple statistical calculation in research. And the competition itself was then joined by 52 high schools participations from 24 cities and including 9 provinces in Indonesia. 75 research papers were submitted and 37 science kits were sent to different areas in Indonesia. The timeline of the competition can be seen on this slide. Here we can see the first deadline of paper submission marked with the early bird paper submission in January, but the final deadline of the paper submission itself was in the end of January. And then we announced the 20 finalists in February, and those 20 finalists must submit their video and poster telling about their researches. And then based on those video and posters, we picked the top 5 winners, and those top 5 winners were competing for the first winner in the grand final in March, on the 20th of March. So what I want to highlight from this timeline here is that during the whole competition, we provided supervision or advisory to all the papers that have been submitted to us. So there has been reviews and feedbacks given by the reviewers, and the participants that have submitted their works can make some revisions as long as it's still meeting the deadlines. So here they can find what is still lacking, what can be improved for their work, starting from the methodology, the how to write, how to present the data, and so on. And I need to also acknowledge the helps of all the reviewers in these stages, because not only the support from the LSD faculty that we have received, but also the support from the reviewers from also FBC and FEIT. So thank you very much.
All right.
So The early bird submission on the 17th of January here was very encouraged because by submitting the work early, they get early review and they were rewarded with the science kit. So as I mentioned previously, only 37 early birds, only 37 kits were sent, and these were actually a reward for those early bird participants. The science kit can be seen on this slide. So they were packed in one plastic box like this, and it's consisted of 4 simple mini lab kits. The bloody electrolysis right here, the bunga ajaib and pesan rahasia kunyit, this, and then pompa air as the 4th one. So these were quite simple, but also yet very exciting for the students to do at home. The grand final of IFSA itself were supported by the 5 judges. We have 3 internal judges, Pak Heri, Ibu Filiana, and Pak Muzi. And we also received support from external judges, Ibu Sasti from Osaka University, Japan, and Pak Andreas from Kompas Gramedia. A little comparison from the previous IFSA. Here we can see in the first graph the number of schools that have registered to the workshops of IFSA 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. Here we can see a very high increase in IFSA 3.0, as many as 53 schools have joined our workshops this year. In terms of the school that have registered to the competition, here we can see a decrease in the IFSA 3.0. However, then the decrease here is actually also accompanied with a very obvious improvement in the quality of the papers or the works that have been submitted. So we can here think that more and more schools are preparing it more wisely before submitting the papers to the competition. The winner of IFSA 3.0 was Felicia Tiffany Hertada. There was actually only one person in the team, so she did it by herself. From SMA Pradita Dirgantara, Central Java, with the topic of apa genre musik kesukaan ikan koi. And coincidentally, the winner of the social media award was also the same team or the same student, Tiffany, with the total reach and impression of 10,000, more than 10,000, and a total duration of almost 100 hours. All the papers of the 20 finalists of IFSA has been compiled in the proceedings. Proceedings of Indonesian Fun Science Award 3.0 is now ready to be accessed, and for those who are interested to take a look of how fun and how interesting the research is done by the high school students can have an access to these e-proceedings. And then we are also planning to publish this activity in the PKM CSR this year. So as a conclusion, we can say that the interest on IFSA workshops has been increasing, showing the increase of awareness that science can be fun and interesting. And the quality of work submitted to the competition has improved, showing that in 3 years, there has been an impact of the knowledge shared through IFSA. The mini lab science kit has also gathered positive feedback from the participants. So for the next plan, we are planning to explore a partnership with SMA 16 Bekasi, I'm sorry, which is actually already ongoing project. By now, I think the RRCS also have a project with SMA 16 Bekasi, preparing science kit as well, and involving a teacher to help performing physics, biology, and chemistry at home. And it is expected that we can somehow also engage with SMA 16 Bekasi for IFSA 4.0. Yes, that's all our report about the performance of IFSA 3.0. Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, Bu Dia, for your good presentation about the Indonesian Fine Science Award 3.0. All right, now I'll let the examiner. Reviewer only have one question for the presenter.
Pada turn.
Pak Dedi.
Okay, thank you, Pak Alfi, Pak Fatoni. Yeah, I have one comment. Yeah, I think this well done, yeah, for this project with quite high impact for the schools, high schools within Indonesia. So my question is, or my comments, yeah, as far as I know, the submission were dominated mostly from high schools within the Java Island. One of the problem in Indonesia is the unequal competence of in science. I think in even in the university level and also in high school, maybe in high school and lower education. Yeah. So how is it? Is there any effort from the committee to increase the incentive of participation, for increase the participation from outside the island, let's say from remote regions of Indonesia, to increase participation, let's say from Bengkulu, Sulawesi Tenggara, yeah, Southeast Sulawesi, Maluku Utara, or Papua, or Nusa Tenggara Timur. These provinces or regions within Indonesia that maybe they have less equal opportunity compared to Jakarta or Jawa Tengah or Jawa Timur, yeah? Which most schools in Java, they have greater access towards information. So for example, maybe would it not be possible, for example, like the science kit are deliberately distributed to these regions to increase their participation? That's my comment. That's just what do you
Yes.
think about that, Ibu Dia?
Yes, thank you, Pak Dedi. Actually, especially for IFSA 3.0, we have seen a very big improvement in terms of the distribution of the participant. We have reached more scope, let's say, or area in Indonesia that have participated in this competition, and especially in the workshop. Probably there's also a blessing in disguise with this pandemic situation, and everything can be done and performed virtually. There has not been any hesitation for those high schools outside Java Island to join, because in the previous years in IFSA 1.0 and IFSA 2.0, there has been always a concern from the participants, like if for example I go until the grand final and I have to travel to Tangerang, that's going to be a big problem in terms of not just time, but of course the funding and so on. And with this virtual competition this time, there has not been any concern about that, and we have noted that more and more participants from outside Java has been registered this time. It was right that the domination, or it is still dominated in the number by the high schools in Java Island, but I think we have already starting to spread the voice of IFSA throughout Indonesia. For example, we have already one participant from Aceh, and not just Aceh actually. It was a small island just outside the Sumatra Island, but it's still Aceh somehow. So there was a highlight for us to find one participant coming from that area, and then we also got from East Nusa Tenggara and South Kalimantan. So for the strategy for next IFSA, I think it's my personal opinion, but I got a feeling that this year the IRCS, the community service by IRCS, has somehow a deeper and closer relation with Pemda in many areas in Indonesia. So I think we can start also try to work together with IRCS to spread the information to those Pemda in different areas. So hopefully the information about this competition can spread even better throughout Indonesia. Probably that's my opinion, Pak Dedi.
Thank you, Bu Dia.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Dedi. Thank you very much, Bu Dia, for your good presentation about the fun science. Now is ending Bu Dia presentation. Yeah, then we are going to move to the next presentation. Yeah, is from Pak Rano Abrianto. The topic, his community service is about develop and improve handling business freshwater fish product at BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana. Alright, Pak Rano.
Hello, Sir Alfie.
Alright, Pak Rano, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, all reviewers. I would like to present my share screen. Is it visible, my share screen, Pak Alfie?
Yes, sure. It's clear.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Pak Alfie. I would like to share my CCSF Community Central Service Fund Program. The title was developed and implemented that BUMDes Tirta Kencana was the one of the 10 BUMDes or local sector desa wisata which be appointed with the local government. And this CCSF program, me myself as the team leader, and then with Katablik, Pak Ko, and also Pak Esa as the team member. So, what was the background? We choose this BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana as already mentioning with Katablik in previous. One of the main base is about the desa wisata as a local economy sector. We're going to reverse this at Undang-Undang Number 10 2009 about Kepariwisataan, which is our government now to pointing out about the desa wisata because they would like to enhance or they are going to create the new destinations, which is the call it desa wisata. So in these sectors, desa wisata, of course, the SMS is become the highlight to the government program in enhancing economic creative. Because in this desa wisata, to gear up the local citizens to create and then to enhance the economic on their places. How do they raise up or how to they build creative? One of the sample is the culinary. As we know, the culinary is a very complex field and it is required new ideas and to create an interesting dish. Yeah, and then there are so many business that can be created on the culinary side area. And then this small unit business as well. And until the big one, it needs to becoming a good accommodate by having some guidance, yeah, about the get the point of what kind of the business that they're going to run, but they still need a lot of guidance. But this is why SGU, especially us, our team, going to guide them in according about this culinary area and then the business area. And then the last background is how to build a business. It should be has a good, required, and qualified and eligible source of manpower. As we know, desa wisata, they are quite a blank. They don't know maybe just less of you about the business plan. And then how to start the business and then how to maintain the business. And then how does they create the ideas? Maybe they have, but only less. This is why our background, our team are going to guide this BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana. Of course, with this, the objective are the improving the local citizen of Serdang Tirta Kencana, yeah, capabilities of handling the fresh water is becoming a sellable product and safe to consume. Because the product of the Serdang Tirta Kencana, the area was almost 70% was base of the water. Maybe some of the people knows that Embung is for to consolidate the water that in circumstances area. That's what we call it embung. In this case, we see the potentials about the embung, how to cultivate or to produce the freshwater fish. And then also the other objective, our team as a form for experiential learning focused training, how to make the creative, innovative dishes and learn how to package about the product. So after they know how to handling the freshwater fish product, then we go for the next further, which is how to do the innovative menu, how to do the innovative product, how to do it good making the packaging product so it can be more sellable into the market. And of course, our last objective is about to give support to them about giving the workshop activities, how to run the business, how to maintain the business, and how to gain the profit of this business of the freshwater fish. In here, you can see this is the site plan of the Sedang Tirta Kencana. As I mentioned, it's almost 43% of the area, which is embung air, which is consolidated water of the surrounds of the areas Serdang Wetan. Okay, based on this research or based our community, or we can call it community service, we took this two literature review, which number one is a self-development. Yeah, we can see that we have to gain, we have to help them about how business side, yeah, by providing the workshops, and then how we have to train them how to running the business, especially if they're going to start a business, especially from the culinary. Of course, they have to know how was the cost and how was the profit, how was the wages, and etc. And then the next literature review we took is from the training. Yeah, in the training is conducted to directly about the processing good and correct a freshwater fish. Of course, if you want to start a business, then you should know how was the base. In this case, we will try to give them some training, yeah, about how to handling the fish, and then how to produce the fish into the consume good, and then how to sell them into the to the market. Of course, after we do this activity, we're giving them some outcomes. Of course, we're trying to gain the local citizens, yeah, especially the local citizens, to work together with the coordinator of the BUMDes, so they can start the business of this freshwater fish product. And then, of course, they should able to maintain the quality. If you know how to build the product, the next step you have to maintain the quality, and of course by the packaging. And then after you do know about the maintaining the product and then about packaging, then you have to know about the business. Yeah, they have to find the partner, and especially for the caterings and etc. And then the expected outcomes was also the increasing the knowledge of the capability of the BUMDes regarding the market and the sales method. After we do some guidance later on, hopefully they will get involved about all about this marketing and the sales method. Because as far as we do some research and they do some interview, they have some lack of the last thing is the expected outcomes from our. Okay, after we do from the interview and then we do for the observations, then we found these three problems, yeah, which is the number where they couldn't maximize the profit since they haven't processed fish-based product. Why they cannot maximize the profit? I can tell you some short story. In the previous years, they have some fish pond, which is they just having the fish pond, but they don't just cultivate the fish without any profit intents. So that is the one of the problems.
Arano,
and the second one,
Arano,
yes,
yeah, you have 2 minutes remaining.
Yes, Pak.
You have
Okay.
2 minutes remaining.
Okay, so this is also the three, yeah, and then they also have don't have the ability of the knowledge, and then they don't have ability of the selling the product through the social media. And then this is the method, as I mentioned, we do some observations, interview review and do also the FGD. The population was with the coordinator of the BUMDes, the local government, and the SMS partner. So this is our activity. We will we do the online meeting as well with the coordinator of the BUMDes, and then we do some site observations, yeah, to the BUMDes area, and then we do some FGD with the PEMCAP Tangerang. So we went to PEMCAP Tangerang to consolidate about the rules and regulations about these, and especially the fundings. And this is the master's plan of the BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana, and this is the outlook in the front of area of the BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana, which is they're going to build it in the near time. Yeah. And then the findings, as we can see, there are some 4 points. The SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and a threat, which is as the base at our observation and our do from the FGD sessions. And then our recommendations, I believe, we believe our what we've done is not finished yet, because there are a lot of obstacles. Yeah, the obstacles was because the governments, they have something always changing about their master plans. So in this case, we already do for the FGD with the PEMCAP Tangerang. So number one, to notice the local government should base on the master plan for the project base. So this is what we can give. We have to active more for the local citizens to do works together with the BUMDes coordinator. And then the number 3 is the local government has to put trust coordinator to run the business. In this case, because the local government, they have too much interventions, yeah, to running the business of the BUMDes itself. So it has to be giving some trust and giving some additional trusted value for the local so the coordinator to run the business of the BUMDes itself. And the number 4 is to support income. They should start the fish pond and sell to the market. This is what we already done, yeah, to give them some suggestions. They build the fish ponds for in the near time. So we already funding them some to buy some fish, bibit ikan, and also the feeding. And for the future, we would like to still focus to more tourism in sector in between the Tangerang Selatan and also between in the Tangerang area. So they are quite on the center. So it is quite high traffic. And then more intense to do more training and workshop about the business. This is what we're going to do for the next program. We're going to do more intense about the training and the business program, because since the pandemic hit very hard, so we cannot do so much about this training. Yeah, because how about the food handling? We have to directly involve the citizens. And then the last one is the highly potential for fund resources from another department. So we would like to put or make a proposal for Kedareka to add some additional budget to support BUMDes Serdang Tirta Kencana. So I think that's my descriptions for my CCSF program, Pak Alfi. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Rano, for your good presentation about the handling business freshwater, water fish product at BUMDes Serdang. Okay, right now I give limited time to the reviewer to give the question to Pak Rano. Bu Evita.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pak Rano. I think I would like to, actually, I'm waiting for this, your presentation, because I already have your abstract, but I'm a little bit confused, Pak Rano, because in your, the objective, according to your abstract, the objective of this research is improving the local citizen of Serdang Tirta of capabilities handling freshwater fish. Yeah. But then according to your presentation, I'm a little confused, because what I hope, and you also mentioned that there's no restaurant there that can buy the fish, And then, but then you mentioned also that even they don't have yet the ponds, yeah. So now it looks like you will start with the ponds or and then you give. There is a pond, but it's not yet really organized. But you have start with maybe buy for them the baby face, yeah.
Yes.
But then I'm also really confused actually. Do you
Yes.
want to support them to be a desa wisata?
Yes.
Or you will focus on how to handling the freshwater fish. So because I hope that I heard from you how to make, you teach them how to make pepes ikan, something
Yes.
like that, and how to
Okay.
sell it. But so please make it clearer.
Okay, thank you, Bu Evita, for the question. So actually, why the first on the beginning of the presentations, I'm mentioning about Desa Wisata, because on the Desa Wisata is the big umbrella is Desa Wisata,
Yeah.
and then the inside of Desa Wisata there are some culinary sectors. So which is the culinary sectors was about how to serving the food, producing the and then selling the food, right? And then because the Desa Wisata of the Serdang Tirta Kencana, which is they're going to build the embung, or we can call it the water. So the base is the freshwater fish. So in this case of the culinary sectors, I would like to teach them how to create or how to handling the freshwater fish product. Okay, so since the embung hasn't created yet in proper, so there are still a lot of confusing because of the government are a lot of the interventions. So the culinary sectors, they have to put it aside for a while they are waiting for making the embung first.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the embung first, then they are to start to build the for the culinary sectors. So the main show is actually the fish pond itself. After the fish pond is built, ready to build, then they are starting to build the culinary sector area because they already have the provided the places, and then they have already also we already support some of the equipments, yeah, for the small parts such as like a knife and then the cutting boards. We already provide them. But since the fish pond hasn't built proper yet, so that's the big impact actually. Supposed to last year they already built the fish pond book for the generate income, but the local government, as I mentioned on the recommendation in recent time, the local government, they have so much interventions through to their master plan business. So that's why they are quite confusing which one is they have to follow it. Is it from the local government, which is the kecamatan and kelurahan, or the government from the Pemkab Tangerang? Because these two local government, they have some different input and they have some different side of ideas. So, but as we see from their master plan, well, actually, the culinary sectors was the number 2. The culinary sectors.
What is the number 1?
The number 1 is the embung. The embung.
Okay.
Yes, the embung water. Because as I mentioned, 43% of the sector area was the consolidated water around the Serdang Wetan. So they also get some support from the nearest PDAM, yeah, to support to giving some support for building some the sidewalk to the through the embung area. Because PDAM seeing that is the potential area to support water around the Serdang Tirta Kencana. Sorry, Serdang Wetan.
So and then after that they will make some kind of restaurant.
Yes.
So okay.
So they will, yeah, because the sector part of the culinary, they focusing through the culinary. So that's why I'm going to go inside into the culinary aspects about that.
Okay, good. Now clearer. Thank you, Pak Arano, because I'm confused reading your abstract and hearing from you. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah,
thank you, Bu Evita.
Thank you, Pak Alfi.
Okay, thank you very much, Bu Evita. It is the end season of Pak Rano. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you very much, Pak Rano, for
good
presentation. All right.
And how about Pak Are, Pak Alfi?
Pak Are, we next continue to Pak Are.
Okay.
All right. Next presentation, last presentation is from Pak Are, yeah, which about the entrepreneurship education for a high school student coffeepreneur workshop. All right, Pak Are.
Yes, Pak Alfi.
Okay, all right, Pak Are, the stage is yours.
All right, so the last one. So
Yep,
I'm gonna
last
wrap
one.
it up the stage. Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, Bapak Ibu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
good afternoon as well for the reviewer and examiner, and to all the distinguished guests and my fellow colleagues of the lecture of Swiss German and the attendees. And thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to present the latest progress report of my CCSF with the title of Entrepreneurship Education for High School Student, with the topic is Coffeepreneur Workshop. Yeah. So I'm represent my team with Chef Ranu, Ibu Mumun, and Assistant Lab Pak Isna, and then our Administration Officer, Setma Titiasova. So let me get started. So first of all, why we would like to encourage the entrepreneurs in coffee shop, because the first one, latest in 2017, drinking coffee has become an important part of daily life, not only for adult people, not only for the millennials who have age on 30 years above, but nowadays we can see there are a lot of coffee shop, even in small scale, has opened in very near our surrounding area or maybe in our living area. So therefore, the trend of drinking coffee no longer belong only to the ages only, but also belong to the millennials. For the instance, our students, when they have a break time for lecture class, they go for a small coffee shop that down there in the buildings, or maybe they go in the Indomaret and everything. So the trend of having a cup of coffee, whether it's hot or whether it's a cold, it's become part very important in our daily life. And therefore, even the high school student, even the high school student as their consumer, they also would like to knowledge about how they could start as entrepreneurs, or how they could start to become the owner of their own coffee shop. Yeah. So getting point number two, so that's the fact about the coffee shop business, especially one of the fastest growing in Indonesia. As we know, we have a big company here, such as, if I could mention the brand, Starbucks, Coffee Bean, Jayco, Excelso, and etc. Those are the big player company. But now, since 2017, the smaller scale, such as Indonesian local coffee brand, well, actually, they don't represent the coffee itself, but they do create a trend where Indonesian coffee as well as good as the big company as well. So, for example, Kopi Kuku, Janji Jiwa, Kopi Dari Hati, Kopi Lain Hati, and you can name it, even Kopi Kenangan. Most of them are compete to get the attention of the Indonesian consumer, especially for the millennials. Yeah. So therefore, the paradigm has shifting from the big company coffee shop, and now we can see, as you may realize on the picture on my screen, that even the coffee shop could create only from the small boxes. It's really giving a shift paradigm that we can see in the mall, in the shopping mall, that the coffee shop has a huge layout of area, but now due to the evolution of technology, due to the evolution of the knowledge, especially for the local people in Indonesia, we can open the coffee shop, within the smaller location or even in the small boxes, as we can see from the picture. So therefore, the objective of the CCSF for my team is the first one, to taking a part to give an opportunity for young entrepreneurial learning experience, especially about how to start an entrepreneurs on their own, and the product they could create, the very simple, it's a coffee shop or the coffee, especially the target, it's the high school student. And then the second one, we also help the improving of the coffee shop growth, yeah, especially coffeepreneurs as a startup business, especially for the millennials, yeah, and the high school student. And therefore, our target is the high school student, yeah, start from 11 and 12th grade, yeah. Well, actually, we aim 2 or 3 schools that we proposed in the beginning, but due to the pandemic, unfortunately, only 1 schools that get in touch with us from the beginning until the end. So the outcomes, it's giving a motivation and encouragement, yeah, about how to become young entrepreneurs, yeah. And then the second one, it's a capacity building in professional way, where the activities of the workshop, it's totally held in the HTM lab in Ruko Prominence. And then the last one, the output of the program, it's for the report and publication at PKMKSR Journal in 2021. So the activities itself, actually we held 2 times activities, but due to the pandemic situation and the strict health protocol, yeah, by the SGU committee, that we only could help the 2 times for one high school, which is SMK Pandawa, located in south of Jakarta. So the activities was held in 10 March and 25 March. Yeah. So, and as well as the activities was held in HTM lab, we also implement and following COVID-19 health protocol as well as accompanied by SGU nurse in each session. Yeah, even for the activity, lucky things, there are no particular happen and everything it's under control. And then the method that we use for this kind of workshop, it's delivering attractive approaches. So it's mean we do in offline. I think the only one CCSF that held in offline, it was my team by so far. And then for the plan, we used to be planning for hybrid. Yeah, it's main combination between offline and online. But the things is we can make it out in offline, because however, practical in making espresso coffee, it's impossible if happen in online. So we create the situation, and the things is very lucky for us to help the activities on lab. So the first one, there are 2 approach. The first one, we separate the batch. Yeah, the batch 1 go for simply business plan workshop, which is delivered by me. And then the second one, the batch 2, it's doing manual brew coffee method and its variety, which delivered by Chef Rano and Bu Mumun for the closing. And the last one is we introduce them how to making barista and the espresso itself as the core product of the coffeepreneurs. Yeah.
Are, you still have 2 minutes.
Yes.
2 minutes.
All right. So please find the evidence from the picture that we also implement the very strict health protocol. We also following the regulation from the SGU Satgas COVID. And the last one, the result. There are 3 points that it's very positive. Yeah, the first one, the high school student having an insight at the end, yeah, about how they could start simply business entrepreneurs, and then they familiar with the budget presentation, yeah, and as well as preparation on making startup. So they do understand how much the budget that they could prepare if they would like to open a small coffee shop. Remember the coffee shop scale that we teach to the high school student, it's in the small scale, or we can say that UKM. And then the next one, they also get in touch directly when they have to make a cup of espresso, a cup of latte, or cup of cappuccino. And we believe with this kind of practical, they would have an understand about the product itself. Yeah, because before they only consume, but they never making it in direct situation. Yeah, and the last one, a very positive feedback from the students itself and high school, and as well as the teacher. But once again, due to the pandemic, actually we still have another activity should be done, yeah, by May or June, but due to the pandemic situation that unfortunately we cannot continue, and so this is the last result that we could have. So once again, hopefully our community service, especially giving education about coffeepreneur, could prepare our millennials students, yeah, for enhancing and their capacities building on preparing them for the next future. I would like to deliver the acknowledgement as well as thank you for the SMK Pandawa for giving us a chance, and then thank you for the team and SGU through IRCS. So once again, that's all my presentation. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Bapak Ibu.
Thank you very much, Pak Are, for your good presentation about the coffeepreneur workshop. Yeah. All right. Next, I'm moving to the reviewer. Yeah, to give the one question, quick question for the for Pak Are. Pak Dedi.
Pak Fatoni, I think.
Pak Fatoni, Pak.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Pak Are, how are you?
I'm good, Pak
Okay.
Fatoni. Thank
It
you.
is interesting subject, I think, and this is good. In although pandemic, still get something to do. Yeah, but I have okay. I want to have a simple question. Okay, you mentioned that you submit the business plan to students, high school students. Okay, and did you get notice any result from them? Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't give the sample of business entrepreneurs plan for the student, Pak Fatoni, but we teach them direct on the side, Pak. So we don't give them any test, and we don't give them any final exam. Yeah, because due to time constraint, Pak. That's it.
So that you encourage them to open a small coffee shop.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. No more question. But I think Pak Dedi maybe will have question.
No further question from my side.
Bu Evita?
No, I think Pak Are, it is I think the second year, yeah.
Yes, it's second year, books.
Yes, because I remember the first year, last year, and now it's the second year.
Yes.
So do you think that you will continue this community service this next year?
Sure, Bu. Yeah. For the this kind of topic, well, actually, will be a tagline for HTM. Yeah, because I represent my team in HTM, and we will continue with the same topic because with this kind of coffeepreneur education, we believe instead of we teach them how to become young entrepreneur with the coffee product, but also we let them know about the SGU campus and university actually. So we will keep this one running out for the next future, and hopefully we could make it still offline rather than online.
And you would like to use the same object, or you would like to go to other?
Actually, we have to find another object for the high school student book. But however, due to the pandemic, it's most of the high school are closed, and then most of them are wanted to having a workshop in online. For us, it's very hard to do only by doing giving a simply business plan. Because however, we could deliver any product as well, but for the online, we could make it, but there are no left behind when we do in online book because they don't have any practical. That's it.
Understand, Pak. Okay.
Cannot taste the coffee.
Thank you, Pak Are. Thank you, Pak Arfi.
All right.
Thank you, Pak Fatoni. Thank you, Pak Dedi. Thank you,
welcome. Very good, Pak Are.
Yeah. Pak Dedi, and also thank you, Pak Are, as good presenter for your project. All right. As the end of the Pak Are season, as the end of Pak Are presentation means that this is the end our season and also end of the SGU Symposium. Yeah. So in addition, on behalf of the SGU Symposium Committee, I would like to apologize for all lacks and mistake that we have done during the event from yesterday until today. And also, we would like to thank you to all of you for the participation of this event, and hope this event will bring benefit to all of us. Amin. All right. Before I close, I would like to invite to all of you to attend in the SGU Symposium closing ceremony, and I will give to Pak Dev for further announcement about the closing ceremony. All right, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Alfi.
Thank you.
Pak.
Okay. So, coming up next is one of the most anticipated events throughout this whole program, which is, drum roll please, you already know, door prizes.
Wow.
We have 5 OVO vouchers with a value of 100,000 rupiahs each, making it a total of 500,000 rupiahs in prizes. We have prepared something called the Wheel of Names, where we have input everybody's name that has attended this symposium up until now, and we will spin the wheel until it stops in a specific name, which will be will be the winner. Okay, but bear in mind that we will, after a name is chosen, we will call your name, and sorry to say, but if you are not here, if you are not attending at the moment, we will have to take away the prize and spin the wheel again to get another winner. Okay, so from the committee, will you please help me with the name of wheels? Wheel of names, I'm sorry. Okay, so here we are. As everybody can see, this is the wheel of names, and we will spin it for the first winner of 100,000 rupiahs. Let's see who the lucky person is. Okay, we shall see. Mr. Dodi Triadi Pinilih Enggarsyah. Mr.
Yes, I'm
Dodi?
here, Pak Dev.
Oh, okay, one of
you
our
very much.
own. Congratulations, Pak Dodi. Hope you enjoy the voucher.
Thank you very much, Pak.
We've got our first winner. Now we're going for the second winner. It could be anybody. It could even be me, maybe. Okay. The wheel is spinning, and the winner is Mbak Meira Sari Dewi. Oh,
thank you.
Congratulations, Mbak May. Enjoy the gift.
The door prize.
The door prize. Okay, for the next winner, for our third winner, luckily everybody's here so far to get the door prizes. And our third lucky person is Dr. Eka Budiarto. Mr.
Wow, Pak Eka.
Is Pak Eka here?
I don't think so.
I don't think so this year.
On
It's
the
not
counter.
here.
One.
Hadir.
Pak Eka hadir tuh.
Through chat. Congratulations,
Kalau
Pak Eka.
Untung ada chat ya.
Enjoy the OVO voucher. Okay, for our fourth winner, we still have 2 vouchers with the amount of 100,000 rupiahs. And our fourth winner is... Oh, this time is a student. Vincent Satya Surya. I hope that Vincent is still here. Vincent, we will count to 3 on the count of 1.
Vincent, the prize is on your door.
And 3. So
That's
sorry.
Here.
Okay. I will still give it, Vincent. Don't worry. Congratulations once again, Vincent. I hope you enjoyed the gift. Okay, our last winner. We still have 1 more voucher left. Let's see who the lucky person is. The wheel is spinning, and the lucky winner is Ibu Lita Mayasari.
Dari media nih.
Oh, okay. Ibu Lita, are you still here?
Tidak ada, putar.
Okay, okay. Apparently, unfortunately, she's not here anymore, so we will spin it again. Usually, this happens on the last winner. Okay, and the wheel is spinning again. We will see. And the winner is Pak Faisal. Pak Faisal Ifzaldi. Mr. Faisal, are you here? We're going to count to 3. On the count of 1, 2,
He's not here.
and 3. So sorry to say that we're going to have to give it away to somebody else. Okay, let's spin it again. I hope this one is the lucky one. The winner is Mr. Yanuar Adi.
Beli apa, Mak?
Mr.
Yes,
Yanuar
I'm here.
Adi. Are you here?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations, Mr. Yanuar. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy the OVO voucher. Okay, so that concludes our door prize event. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come near the end of SGU Symposium 2021. To conclude the whole event, we welcome Director of Academic Research and Community Service of Swiss German University, Dr. Holis Abdurrahman Auda, for his closing remarks.
Rahim.
Take it away.
Thank you very much, Pak Dave. Thank you for your staying tuned for the last 2 days until the end of this program. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, all invited speakers, keynote speakers, all the reviewers, and also all the speakers, participants, and last but not least, of course, the committee members, especially to Pak Rizky as the chairman, who have been tirelessly conducting the seminars from the last 2 days until right now. So we've been blessed and thank to all Allah God the Almighty to give us the strength and also the health to conduct this symposium to really present our SGU research and community services to the wider audience, especially in the Indonesian communities, and also actually to larger society to the world, especially in the Asian countries. So first of all, of course, I would like to thank God Allah for this blessing and for these 2 days entertaining, informative, and very inspiring presentation from all the speakers and invited speakers. And of course, certainly for SU researchers, that had been conducting research and community service in the last few years, of course, and of course, particularly in the last year, either funded by SGU, thanks to the SGU Foundation as well. Maybe next year we should invite the foundation, the board members to come to our symposiums, because this is very important. Of course, to the rector office, to all the deans, especially to FBC that host as the host for today this year symposiums, Bunila and also Payosman and all the crews for your support throughout the before, of course, long time before the conference, the symposium until now. So me personally, and on behalf of our HS director, really cannot thank you enough for all your support. And of course, we would like to apologize for any shortcoming, mistake, miscommunication, and so on and so forth. But hopefully, those things will not diminish our spirit that we have to keep moving forward research and community service at SGU as the 2 pillars of the Tridharma perguruan tinggi. I don't have much to say except I'm very grateful, thankful to all of you that have participated, to all the speakers, and also maybe participants outside SGU that come to our conference. Hopefully, we will keep fostering this symposium to the larger audience in the next year, and with more activities, more funding, and we try to reach out to different parties, local government, NGO, companies, and even from international funding. Hopefully, our research SGU will become more and more advanced and developed, and of course fruitful, and give more benefit to people, yeah, especially Indonesian people and into the world as a whole. So again, I would like to thank to everyone for all your hard works, and hopefully Allah the Almighty will bless us all and keep us safe during this pandemic era, and we keep striving and doing things more, in fact, improve even during this pandemic era. So again, thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Dr. Khalis,
Pak
for your
Khalis.
closing remarks. And now, as we have finally come to the end of SGU Symposium 2021, on behalf of the committee, we would like to express our gratitude to all the participants, keynote speakers, invited speakers, sponsors, partners, guests, and everyone who have contributed to the success of this event. We hope to see you again in future events. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye and see you next time.
Photo session, please.
Photo session.
I think that's important, photo session. Committee.
Oh yes, let's take a photo session first. Committee, are you ready? Please give me a sign. How many pages do we have?
We have 2 pages right now.
2 pages right now?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 times. All right, so on the count of 3, please everybody smile.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Okay.
For the next one.
Page 1, 2, and smile. Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much. That concludes our
Very
photo
much,
show.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Selamat juga buat FBC, Unila. Terima kasih banyak.